Picture this. Old Delhi railway station. Chaos everywhere. Families with mountains of luggage. Chaiwalas shouting. Pigeons in the rafters. I was there to catch a train to Lucknow. My mother wasn't well. Then the announcement came. Train delayed by 6 hours. 6 hours. Foggy said. I felt something rise in my chest. That familiar heat. I marched to the counter and yelled at a man who had nothing to do with the fog. He shrugged. I yelled more. I even snapped at my wife. For 2 hours I paced. I fumed. I calculated how late I'd be. How unfair the world was. Pause. Then I saw him. An old man on a cement bench. Maybe 65. He had a transistor radio pressed to his ear. Humming Kishore Kumar songs. One cloth bag. No phone. No stress. I asked him, Saab, aapko late aise koi problem nahi? He smiled and said something I never forgot. Beta, main train ka driver nahi hoon. Main surf passenger hoon. Yomia het mai nahi hai, uski tiente kuun kaun. I am not the driver. I am just a passenger. That moment changed everything. 2,000 years ago, there was a man named Epictetus. His life started terribly. He was born a slave in Turkey. His name literally means acquired one, like a piece of property. His master was cruel. He would twist Epictetus's leg for sport. One day, Epictetus calmly warned him, "You will break it." The master twisted harder. The leg snapped. Epictetus walked with a limp forever after. But here's what is remarkable. Epictetus did not become bitter. He did not become angry. He realized something profound. Pause. His body could be broken. His freedom could be taken. But his mind, his choices, his reactions, those were his. Completely, utterly, eternally his. Later he gained freedom and became a teacher. He taught one central idea. I call it the 3Cs. Circumstances happen to you. Choices happen in you. Character is what happens when you make good choices despite bad circumstances. He wrote these words. Read carefully. The chief task in life is to identify what is not under my control and what has to do with the choices I actually control. Where do I look for good and evil? Not to externals, but within myself. Not to externals, but within. This is the secret. Let's talk about modern life. We are the most connected, most comfortable generation in history. And yet we're the most anxious, most oppressed, most stressed. Why? Because we are fighting a war we cannot win. Pause. Think about your typical day. You wake up, check your phone. Someone did not text back. Mood dips. You drive to work. Someone cuts you off. Blood pressure spikes. Boss criticizes you. Now you are angry and defensive. Every single one of these moments shares one thing. You're trying to control what you cannot control. You cannot control if someone texts back. You cannot control bad drivers. You cannot control your boss's mood. But you try. Well, how you try? You ruminate. You rehearse arguments. You lose sleep. You fight battles that exist only in your mind. Epictetus saw this 2,000 years ago. He said, men are disturbed not by things, but by their view of things. The traffic jam did not ruin your morning. Your reaction ruined your morning. The criticism did not hurt you. Your resistance to it hurt you. External events have zero power to harm you. Zero. They just happen. It is your judgment that creates the pain. Only your judgment.
Now this idea traveled. It evolved. And in the 20th century, it found a new home. In the most unexpected place. Recovery. Addiction recovery. Think about addiction. An addict's life is a perfect example of someone trying to control the uncontrollable. They try to control cravings with more of what is killing them. They try to control shame with lies. It never works. In the 1930s, a theologian named Reinhold Niebuhr wrote a simple prayer. he had no idea it would change millions of lives. He wrote, "Pause. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference." This became the Serenity Prayer, adopted by Alcoholics Anonymous and every recovery program since. Why? Because addicts understand what we forget. An addict cannot change their past, cannot undo choices made, cannot control cravings, but they can control one thing: the next choice, the next minute, the next decision. And in that tiny space lies their entire recovery, their entire freedom. The same is true for you. The same is true for you.
Let me give you an image. Imagine you're a captain of a ship. Your beautiful ship. The weather? You cannot control weather. Storms will come. Winds will blow. Waves will rise. That is not up to you. That is external. But here is what is up to you. How you trim your sails. How you steer. Whether you panic and drop anchor, or whether you hold steady and ride out the storm. Most of us spend our lives standing on deck, shaking fists at the sky, screaming at rain, as if that will make it stop. It will not. The rain does not care about your anger. The wind does not respond to frustration. The storm does not notice your anxiety. The only thing that changes outcome? Your seamanship, your choices, your reactions. The Stoics had a word, prohairesis. It means the faculty of choice, your ability to choose responses. And they believed this was the only thing truly yours. Health fails, wealth disappears, loved ones leave, all on loan. But your faculty of choice, that is yours forever. No one can take it, even in chains, even in pain, even facing death. It is yours. Some of you might be thinking, this sounds familiar, and you are right, because this wisdom is not just Greek. It is deeply, profoundly Indian. Open the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2. Krishna speaks to Arjuna on Kurukshetra battlefield. Arjuna is paralyzed, overwhelmed. He does not want to fight his own family. And what does Krishna tell him? The most famous verse in all of Hindu scripture. Karmanye vadikaraste, mafaleshu kadakana. You have right to perform your duty, but you're not entitled to the fruits of your actions. Pause, this is the exact same teaching. Control your effort, control your action. But the results, the outcomes, not in your hands. Let them go. Arjuna could not control whether he would win the war, could not control his enemies, could not control the future, but he could control his duty, his action, his choice to fight for what was right. This is the Serenity Prayer in Sanskrit. This is Epictetus in Vedic clothing. Accept what you cannot change. Change what you can. Wisdom is knowing the difference. Our ancient sages understood. Greek Stoics understood. Recovery movement understands. Every wise tradition points to same truth. Enough philosophy. Let us talk about practice. How do you actually live this? Starting today, I will give you 3 tools. 3 things you can use this afternoon. Tool number 1. When something happens that triggers you. Someone cuts you off. Bad news arrives. Plan falls apart. Just 3 seconds. Take a breath. In that pause, ask one question. One question. Is this in my control? That is it. Just ask the question. The question itself creates space. It separates you from automatic reaction. It reminds you that you have a choice. Most people live on autopilot. Something happens. They react. Something happens. They react. Like a puppet with someone else pulling strings. The pause cuts those strings. Viktor Frankl said it best. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. 3 seconds. That is all it takes. Stimulus, space, response. The pause changes everything. Try it today, just once. See what happens. Tool number 2, the 2 columns. I want you to actually do this. Not just think about it. Actually do it. Take a piece of paper, any paper, draw a line down the middle. On left side, right, not in my control. On right side, right, in my control. Now, whenever you feel stressed about something, write it down. Put it in correct column. Worried what your boss thinks. Left column, not in your control. Worried about promotion? Left column. Stock market? Left column. Other people's opinions? Left column. But your effort? Right column. Your preparation? Right column. Your attitude tomorrow morning? Right column. Your integrity? Right column. Your reactions? Right column. Do this for 1 week. Just 1 week. Watch what happens to your anxiety. You will stop wasting energy on left column. You will start focusing entirely on right column. Your life will change. I have students who did this for 30 days. They tell me it is like someone turned down the volume on the world. The noise is still there, but they no longer dance to it. Try it. Paper, pen, 2 columns, 1 week. Tool number 3, the morning mantra. Every morning, before you check your phone, before you start your day, say these words, out loud or silently. Today, I will accept what I cannot change. I will have courage to change what I can. And I will pray for wisdom to know the difference. That is it. 20 seconds. Changes everything. Make it a ritual. Make it a habit. Let it sink into your bones. The Stoics called this premeditation of adversity. You prepare your mind before the storm hits. Not during, not after, before. When you start your day with this mantra, something shifts. You walk into the world not as a victim, not as someone things happen to, but as someone who chooses how to respond. You become a captain, not the passenger. Wait, actually you become the passenger who knows they are passenger. That is the secret. The passenger who fights nothing, accepts everything, and in that acceptance finds peace. Try it tomorrow morning, just once. See how your day feels different. See how much energy you save. The mantra costs nothing. 20 seconds. The peace it brings? Priceless. I want to end where we began. That train station. After speaking to the old man with the radio, I did something I had never done before. I sat down. I bought chai. I pulled out a book I'd been meaning to read. And for 4 hours, I did not fight. I did not fume. I just was. When the train finally arrived, I boarded calmly. I reached my mother that night. Instead of being an angry mess, I was present, peaceful, exactly where I needed to be. And I realized something. The train was delayed whether I was angry or calm. The 6 hours passed whether I fought or accepted. My anger changed nothing. It only cost me peace. That was the day I stopped being the train driver and started being the passenger. Today, I invite you to do the same. Whatever you face right now, difficult relationship, financial struggle, health concern, career uncertainty, ask yourself, is this in my control? If not, let it go. Not in defeat, in peace. Focus on your choices. Focus on your reactions. Focus on the one thing truly yours. Your mind, your character, your integrity. That is where your power lives. That is where your peace lives. That is where your freedom lives. If this series resonated with you, if it made you think differently even for a moment, then subscribe to this channel. Not because I need numbers, but because you need the reminder. We are in this together. We are building a community of people who control their minds, rather than being controlled by the world. Share this with someone who needs it, someone fighting a battle they cannot win, someone angry at the rain. Send them this video. It might change their life the way it changed mine. Until next time, remember, you cannot always control the storm, but you can always control how you sail. Thank you. Shawnee. Peace.